According to Tara Matthewson, 1 in 5 women may experience sexual assault before they graduate. Out of the 19 females in this class, 3 of you could get sexually assaulted on campus next year. This was such a startling fact that I decided to do some research. I went online and read a plethora of articles, I read a book, and even watched a documentary. From a definition in a book to actual rape cases, I learned that this is a pressing issue all around the nation. First, I will discuss what rape is. Second, I will discuss why campus rape is a problem. Finally, I will discuss how universities handle rape. Rape has become a worldwide campus problem, but some people are not even familiar with its definition. According to a 2016 Huffington Post article by Lydia O'Connor and Tyler Kincaid, both senior editors for the Huffington Post, there is no universal definition for rape. So what does this mean? Each state is in charge of having their own definition of rape, and this can be as technical or not as they want it to be. To help give you an example of how state laws can vary, according to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, or also known as RAINN, RAINN is the nation's largest anti-sexual violence organization. Nebraska defines rape as any person who subjects another person to sexual contact without consent or knowing that that person is mentally incapable of appraising or resisting their conduct. This is a pretty technical, straightforward definition, but some states do not have a definition like that. For example, Mississippi. Mississippi defines rape as any person who forces themselves on another with intent to forcibly ravish any female of previous chaste character. You can see how vague Mississippi's definition is compared to Nebraska. And the sad reality is many states are not up to date with their rape laws. Each state being able to classify rape as their own has caused a unique problem in trying to prosecute these cases. An example of this would be Brock Turner. If you're not familiar with who Brock Turner is, he's a former swimmer for Stanford University who was found guilty of raping a young woman behind a dumpster. Lydia and Tyler also stated, under California law, he could not be tried as a rapist because he did not directly penetrate his victim. Instead, prosecutors could only charge him with sexual assault, which is a lesser charge. They could only do this because he did not directly penetrate his victim, rather he stuck a foreign object inside his fingers. Brock Turner is one of the many cases who found a loophole in the system, and that is why it is becoming a campus problem. Many victims do not want to come forward. For example, Andrea Brom from Brown University spoke out in a 2016 Cosmopolitan magazine article saying the reason she didn't report it immediately is because she accounted it to just another hookup, and she wasn't quite sure if what she experienced was rape. However, the effects went far beyond a normal hookup, and she knew that she needed help. This is the sad reality for a majority of rape victims. To go more in depth on this problem, according to the 2016 Sexual Assault article in Illinois Issues newspaper by Tara Matthewson, an award-winning journalist, she discovered that you are more likely to get raped than your peers who did not attend college. And even more so, 90% of people did not report their assault. College is supposed to be a safe place, but it is proving to be the opposite. Victims fear coming forward because it is a traumatizing experience. On the other hand, when they do come forward, they are most likely not going to get a conviction. Lydia and Tyler from the Huffington Post elaborated on why rape cases are so hard to win. Rape and sexual assault typically happen behind closed doors, and making it hard to prove beyond a reasonable doubt, which is required in Nebraska. Because there are no witnesses, it becomes a he said, she said case, which makes it very hard to win. College is a time when most people are on their own for the first time and experimenting with parties. When alcohol is involved, it makes you less likely to defend yourself and to know what's going on. Rape is tough to take to trial, and it is the last resort universities want to take. Universities have been known to mishandle rape cases, but under Title IX, any school getting federal funding has to investigate sexual assault reports. To understand the massive extent of this problem, Lydia and Tyler discovered that the U.S. Department of Education has 246 investigations going on into 195 colleges. This proves that campus rape is a problem everywhere. Universities feel the obligation to handle rape cases to keep their federal funding, but most of the time they aren't even punishing their students. If a student is found guilty of rape, you would be surprised with how many actually get a proper punishment. According to a 2014 article in the Huffington Post, fewer than 1/3 of campus sexual assault cases result in expulsion. By Tyler Kincaid, a student who is found guilty of sexual assault is only expelled from school in fewer than 1/3 of the cases. Students are beginning to think that rape comes with no punishments, especially if you're an athlete. Athletes are getting away with rape because colleges do not want to risk not having that athlete on their team, since athletics are such a big consideration when students are trying to pick a college. Emma Greenglard and Janet Gagin, two reporters for CNN, found that 54% of arrests in the general population for sexual assault results in conviction, compared to 31% of athletes who actually get convicted. This means universities are hesitant to punish their students. There are clear issues with how universities handle campus rape. First, I discussed what rape is. Second, I discussed why it's a campus problem. And finally, I discussed how universities handle rape. From a definition in a book to actual rape cases, it is a pressing issue everywhere. In conclusion, remember, anybody can become a victim of campus rape. It is important we all continue to fight for an end to campus rape.